it going, everybody? StormeDegree 14 here, and welcome back to another Nostalgia Critic reaction. Gonna be reacting to his newest review of one of my favorite movies as a kid, the original Jumanji. I think the original Jumanji is very solid as a movie. I'm curious to see what Doug thinks of. He'll probably hate it, he'll probably like it, we can only hope and see. But honestly, I really loved it. I think it's the animatronics and puppets that they use in are very well done, from what I remember. Especially the big plant creature I really liked. Well, and again, I think a lot of the acting is fairly solid from all the characters. And it's kind of a bit fuzzy in my mind, even though I haven't watched it in a while. But I absolutely should. Anyways, let's get on with it. In 3, 2, 1. Great to be back. Let's get on with it.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to.
Yep.
In 1995, Jumanji was released. I know it's gonna sound weird, but I was kind of excited for it.
Alright. What do you mean, kind of weird that you were excited for it? Doesn't sound good.
I was a big fan of the book when I was a little kid, and one of the reasons was, despite it being a picture book, it really did feel kind of like a movie.
Yeah.
It's such a cool idea, a board game that comes to life when you play it.
Yeah.
I love the idea so much I want to play.
That's a
Clue
really
to see
good
if it comes to life
concept.
So I can murder the kid who never gave me back my turtle blip. It did not, but don't worry, he died of natural causes.
You know, you think about it, just real quick. Honestly, having this concept with a lot of other different board games, like maybe even the Game of Life, would actually be kind of funny. Like, just see someone's life, like, just out of nowhere, they just have, stop, you have 50 kids now. And he has to deal with that for a moment. That actually sounds really funny. Like one moment a guy's rich and one moment they're poor. That sounds really good. Anyway, sorry.
A plastic Donatello being shoved up his anal glands.
Good lord.
Like, oh, Jumanji. When the
Come
movie
on,
came
Doug.
out, it didn't get the best of reviews, and I guess a part of me kind of hopped on board with that. I didn't hate the movie, but found it a touch generic and kind of thought more could be done with the idea.
A touch generic?
Back years later,
How
though,
so?
I don't know. I guess I remember it being okay enough. It wasn't really a movie I put on.
I love this one.
If I was 8 years old, I would have. So I wanted to revisit it and see if it's worth the underwhelming reaction it got. Or
Well, let's see.
the game, there was more to it than me.
Oh yeah, the spiders, I'll admit, were one animatronic that didn't work too well.
About, no, really, how did this
But it was
become
pretty
a video
scary.
game again? This is Jumanji.
They were trying to
Kids
modernize.
burying the game like every fan did with
Which you
Battleship
shouldn't
after
do
they saw the
sometimes.
juice.
Caleb, it's after me!
No, you're just a clod. He does this whenever he falls at home too. Oh, the mop bucket's trying to get me. Oh, the pine soul's trying to get me.
The fears of being a paranoid child.
Someone digs it up.
May God have mercy on his soul.
Nah, that line's
Jeez.
not nearly said in everything ever made enough. Can't we have another obvious cliche like? Now that's how you ask. Oh, we're really doing this?
Yeah.
Cut to 1969.
Obvious cliche stuff.
Yeah. That's what's kidding. Alan getting picked on by some bullies.
Hey, Parrish! What's the rush? Prepare to die, Parrish!
Yeah, I guess when
Good
a kid's
lord.
last name is Parrish, it is pretty hard not to beat him up.
I mean,
Kid, but what about the bullies? That's
Poor
like having Cookie
man.
Monster at a Nabisco factory and saying, I expect professionalism out of you.
Good, Parrish!
yeah. That's actually kind of a funny name. It must suck being part of that family, I guess. The parishes. And they have so, alright. I was gonna make a joke, but I couldn't think of it on the
Shoe
spot.
Factory, where one of the workers named Bentley, played by David Allen Greer, is excited to show off his new shoe design.
This
Ooh.
is the future. If I can get Will Chamberlain to wear them, I predict there'll be a pair of those in every
Oh,
closet in
right. His
America.
dad runs the shoe company.
Nothing
I
says
almost forgot.
long-lasting like Air Parrish. The father is no help as he tells his son to fight.
For a
his own
second, I thought that
battles
was actually
one
gonna be like an
versus
ad.
five.
If you're afraid of something, you've got to stand and face it.
Like when 5 robbers broke into
there
our
are
house
5
and I called the cops.
No.
Oh, that reminds me. We have to visit your mother's grave today.
Hmm.
And Alan puts Bentley's shoe on the conveyor belt and destroys the machine.
Oh. Yeah.
I did, sir.
Oh, and he
I
took
feel
the
it's bad
blame
the
for it.
following Scene. Yeah, you can cover up that scene. Just be sure to show Bentley watching with deservedly cold delight.
I was gonna say, you could also have blood flying, and just, the screams are just like, ah! I don't know, to add to the dark humor, I guess.
Alan, of course, hears something calling to him at a construction site.
Right, the drums. Boom, boom, boom.
Hello,
No, not the
He
frog.
finds the game and makes his way home, where he discovers, as a reward for getting his ass kicked, they're making him somebody else's problem.
You're ready to go to the Cliffside
Jeez.
School for Boys.
You don't want me living here anymore?
Whatever happened to standing up to your
Cliffside
problems?
when you were ready.
And I think you're ready to be as far away from me as possible.
I'm not.
Well, I am.
Maybe I don't want to be who you are.
We're taking you there next Sunday. They have a big argument, but
Jesus.
his friend Sarah comes over to help him feel better. Naturally, they try playing the game, but sadly, so does Captain Howdy.
Yep, in the jungle you must wait until the dice read 5 or 8. I remember.
The dice read 5 or 8.
Oh, until you stop looking like Dominic the Christmas donkey.
He does.
Give credit to somehow.
gonna say, Angles.
Angles. Bad, but also creepy as hell effect.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that actually is.
It's like
Yeah,
the
that
same
is fairly
quality effects
creepy.
for the Mummy. Yet somehow the child version is more unsettling, and the unsettling version is more childish.
Yeah.
Also, I love the dramatic timing of the bats that only now come out.
Yeah.
Especially this one that's like, so dead. We got sick of those two kids, so here's two.
I think that's what I love about this movie, is just the general cheesiness of the effects along with the creepiness of it.
And new ones, Judy and Peter, played by Kirsten Dunst and Bradley Pierce. Thrown to the care of their aunt.
They kind of
who
remind me of the
walked away
Spy
since their
Kids
folks
almost, or at least that one kid
passed
did.
away.
Is it big enough for you?
Peter hasn't spoken a word since it happened.
When you're a boy
Really?
who's a teacup in a movie this girly, your school life is over.
Oh, he was? He was Chip? I did not know that.
It managed to write us a really beautiful goodbye note that was found floating in a champagne bottle amongst the debris.
I suspect that to be a lie of sorts.
Yeah.
Don't cut that out. They're gonna send you to a shrink. Where do you think they're gonna send you if you don't start talking?
Okay, I know I made a Captain Howdy joke earlier, but seriously, did the game possess Reagan here too, and Judy just stole her wardrobe?
Wow.
Is the neckline on that dress gonna start spinning?
I didn't realize that either.
They of course find the game and decide to play.
Tiny bite can make you itch.
Itch, make you sneeze, make you twitch. Like the freaking giant mosquitoes.
No, leftover purple sex from the mist.
Oh, come
Really
on.
having scarier effects than the films are supposed to be scary.
I mean, honestly, a big
Well, that
mosquito
might
is
start,
terrifying.
This will not be an easy mission. Monkeys slow the expedition.
Oh yeah, and then monkeys causing chaos just like the gremlins.
Good try, 1995. Yeah, maybe not all the effects were passable.
Yeah,
Some things you
fair
could
enough.
leeway because of the time period, but these chimps always look bad. They look
They're
like
not
a big
chimps, they're
peanut
monkeys.
Monkey from the end of Jimmy Neutron, and then
Ha! I'm Paul!
Lost in space.
Oh, shit.
Call the police. Play more. Yeah, these
Yeah.
kids are dumb.
Uh-oh. I didn't see this part.
Oh,
I mean,
now
that
it's
is
the
a fair
time
enough
for
point. Why didn't they
bugs
call
and
another one?
monkeys. Well, you just take another turn, but on a technicality, a freaking O.
The instructions say if we finish the game, it'll all go away. We better do it, or Aunt Nora's gonna pitch a fit.
Okay, do kids in adventure movies ever?
You know, there was another show that actually did this, was a Gumball, actually. They did it was a game of Dodge or Dare. And honestly, I think they did that concept very well as well. Sorry, that's kind of weird. I just didn't know where to put this thought, but it made me it reminded me of it, is what I was trying to say.
Ever have the right priorities? I just unleashed Cthulhu and he's brushing his teeth with the blood of man! But you know, homework.
Well, I mean, when you're a kid, what else do you
One of the
think?
big lion statues from the museum is here. Oh, I mean,
Yep.
I'm sure the CG will look better. The CG does not look better. But Alan returns, grown up into Robin Williams, wearing plastic scenery from Rainforest Cafe, and fights the lion off.
Somebody roll a 5 or an 8.
Yeah, I would be freaked out at
You
this part.
die! That's right, I'm the random number
Ah,
cannibal in this
child.
game.
I'm home! I'm back!
Hey, where?
I can think of so many jokes with that moment. I was about to say one. All I can think of is the one PSA with the child kidnapping thing. I'm sorry.
Those kids that destroyed my bike. I got some spikes that need some heads on them.
We live here now. Everyone thought you were dead.
And because every star in the universe aligned, the first grown-up he bumps into is Bentley from his childhood.
Geez, Bentley
did
looks like
not need
he's
to see if
aged
that
a little
loincloth-
less.
Get out of there!
Monkeys.
Monkeys!
I'm beyond such childish callbacks. I will instead play something more sophisticated like...
Monkeys.
He's wearing a tux. It's more upscale.
Yeah.
The monkeys
I
take
don't
off
know.
with Bentley's car as Ellen searches for his folks and goes to his father's old shoe factory.
Right. And then this guy just happens to know all the history of what happened.
happened to this shoe factory?
What are you talking about? My name is Parrish. I own this, but... Son?
When his kid ran away, Sam put everything he had into trying to find him.
Gotta say, for being the only homeless person in this giant factory, he
Yeah.
still has a flair for the cryptically dramatic.
The parish is still around?
I see them now and then. They're over on Adams Street.
Hope that didn't give you the impression they were alive or anything.
Oh.
I just see them now and then whenever I need new
Actually,
shoes.
is kind of a savage
Those are his clothes. I
moment
can-
there.
On that note, I do like this one bit of dark humor where Judy, who always lies about how her parents died, reveals a little bit here too.
Our parents are dead too. They were in the Middle East negotiating peace.
Damn, girl, read
Damn.
the cemetery.
Good lord.
My favorite
I
reaction.
did not remember that one.
So simple yet so believable.
Yeah.
They get a shot of the lion yawning because it's one of the few times the animatronic looked convincing. And
Yeah.
he gives himself a haircut and a performance that, again, once in a while has me asking, is this supposed to be a horror film?
You think monkeys and lions are bad? That's just the beginning. I've seen things you've only seen in your nightmares.
I made
Is that
RP.
so?
I know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
There are things
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
in the night. Then something screams. Then you hear them eating.
Did the director of 1 Hour Photo take over? This scene is going hard.
Well,
He agrees to
I mean,
play, but
it
there's one
yeah,
problem.
definitely
The
feels
next turn
real.
belongs to Sarah, Alan's child.
I mean, does a good job in that part. Nature can be a very cruel mistress, and this guy should know out of anybody.
Hood friend, now played by Bonnie Hunt.
26 years ago, you played a game with a little boy down the street.
A game with drums?
How she reacted when she actually watched Beethoven Second.
Well, then I guess it's a good thing I didn't watch it then.
Make it easier with Spectrum. And set up an install plan that works for you.
Chime. Tamra, did you know that making progress with your
Don't
money
hit
starts
Shamra.
today?
Oh, Tamra.
With the right checking account, this year can feel easier. Chime's online checking account has tons of benefits that millions of members love, like fee-free overdraft of up to $200 for eligible members. Get started at chime.com.
Network ATM withdrawal fees may apply.
That was really good. Thank you. You're fired. Hey folks, I'll be playing Final Fantasy VII every Friday on Twitch. I've never played a Final Fantasy game before, so I'm excited to see what they're like.
All right.
Hope to see you there.
Back to it.
All the actors in the movie are fine. I can't really say anybody stands out too much, and to their credit, the script isn't exactly giving them a ton to work with. However, with Bonnie Hunt, I legit forgot how much fun she is in this movie.
Yeah.
I spent over 2,000 hours. And
I was gonna say that she's definitely one of the better characters. I mean, again, her character makes a ton of sense. After what the game did to scare the crap out of her, after she saw one of her friends get sucked into a game, seemingly never to return, and then swarmed out by bats, it makes perfect sense she would grow up to be a very scared and paranoid human, to be honest. And honestly, how in the moment later he tricks her into playing is very smart, too.
therapy, convincing myself that it doesn't exist.
Every scene, whether it has to be serious, comedic, or both, totally works.
She
because
also has
always
kind of
plays
that
it
Elsa
believable.
hair, almost.
No. It wasn't real, Alan. Your father murdered you and he chopped you up into little pieces.
You really do feel like this is a woman whose life was ruined. She only now is kinda getting it under control. And then she's
Yeah.
plunged right back into a world of insanity that she's convinced was exactly that. Insanity.
I'm having an episode here today with a little boy that didn't really disappear. If you could call me, I'd really be interested in your interpretation.
His reaction, he's just like,
One
oh,
of
I'm
my
not buying
favorite
this
reactions in the
BS.
film, this is my favorite one.
Whoa, God, no.
Yeah. Again,
Why,
justified
but when
reaction.
you team her up with a love interest that's at least a decade older than her, for some reason great comedy happens.
I did
Up to
not
this
realize
point, the
that.
movie's passable, but when she enters the picture, it does legit become a little fun.
Just give me the dice.
Yeah, watch. Ooh!
Oh my God, how could you do that?
Yeah.
It says banish to Pixar Purgatory. Make friends with Cliff.
No.
Stay away
Yeah,
from
the
walls,
giant
don't touch anything.
plant.
Even in the jungle, we get tentacle hentai.
Come on, dog, you didn't have to go there. That thing is terrifying.
Anyone else see?
No, Doug, don't.
Somebody.
No.
anyone else see?
Doug.
They saved Peter.
Doug. It's funny sometimes, but you don't always have to go there, man. I mean, it's his job to make fun of stuff. To make fun of things that look bad. I get it. But I actually like this plant. To be fair, yeah, it doesn't look the best. But I still love it a lot.
and continue the game, resulting in a hunter named Van Pelt chasing Alan.
And I'm not doing favors for myself talking, am I?
I will say, this actor is so dedicated to his role, I thought when I first saw it, maybe I missed his introduction when I went to the bathroom. He just plays it like he's always been the main villain of the film.
Yeah.
Not good enough, Sonny Jim. Coming ready.
Yeah, Van Pelt.
Oh, wait. I feel like a dumbass. I just realized that's the father from the movie. Yeah,
Oh.
the Captain Hooked us. That's the same
It
actor who
is?
played Alan's dad. I legit never knew that.
How did I never notice that myself? That's actually pretty cool, and also this face on Doug is pretty funny. That's actually kind of funny. Maybe it's kind of like an, I don't know. Maybe I'm probably reading way into this, but maybe it's an allegory of how maybe he fears something about his father, and so Van Pelt kind of looks like him. Maybe the game tapping into fears and whatnot. Again, long, far-fetched stretch.
Mainly because the film doesn't do much with it? Okay, I don't need a Shark Boy and Lava Girl moment where they just straight up say that's my folks and I'm learning something right now, but
Yeah.
at the same time, nothing seems discovered or found out about his connection with him and his father, with him playing the same role.
Yeah.
Regrets of these.
Honestly, it kind of would have been a good idea.
Damn.
I don't know. The actor plays both parts great, so I guess it's not a big deal.
Whose turn is it?
Alan escapes, but the next move starts a stampede, leading to a very
Yeah, with
worried
all the
Pelican
rhinos
taking
and the
game.
pelican.
They get it back, but they also bump into Bentley, who thinks a lot of the strange disturbances happening around town are Alan's fault.
It's all right. I'll be back soon.
Yeah, and
He gets arrested when Peter tries to cheat to win the game faster. The game says there's a price to pay.
Peter, your hands! Look at your hands!
oh yeah, he starts to turn into a monkey.
Oh my God, you're actually turning into Robin Williams!
No,
Starts transforming
no,
into
come
a
on.
monkey just as the stampede starts rushing towards him. That's
Jesus.
a whole lot of dead. I mean, he's fine.
Yeah.
Lose the game again, and the three of them have to
That
try and get it
elephant's
back.
got some tough feet if it can do that.
Apparently, that was the triumphant no sale scene. Guess the music really thought everyone was going to be talking about that
You
moment.
see the face on him too? Hold on.
Apparently, that was the triumphant no sale scene.
Oh, let me, yeah. Okay, that's a
Music
pretty
right?
funny face. I think they actually had to, like, flash him with the thing and he had to cover his eyes, but that's still pretty good. True.
Really thought everyone was going to be talking about that moment.
I always remembered it.
And I had something I could have turned this whole town around.
And what was that?
Right.
Alan reveals
Oh, yeah,
who
shoes.
he is, and they make their way to the others. I saw this in a Culkin movie once, My Girl.
Oh. Oh
This
dear.
one's from a different Culkin movie, though, Succession.
Huh. Surprising consistency.
Back in the movie, kinda last minute tries to work in a father-son relationship with Alan and Peter, like he's overbearing in the same way his father was.
I warned you about this, Peter.
I see.
No, you wanted to play the game. What, are you crying? You have a problem? You face it like a man.
There's something in there, but he's only known him for a few hours. Why
Yeah,
are you
I
acting like
completely
you've raised
forgot
him
about
for
that
months?
scene, I guess.
I know the phrase "you're not his real father" is used a lot in movies, but I'm not sure you two are even friends.
It's not Dad.
It turns out he was crying because his tail had to be let out, which
Oh.
kind of makes the scene even more pointless. It's kind of like the
Yeah,
breast
that's
cancer
kinda
over in the
weird.
room. You could cut it out and miss nothing. But I do like this scene where the aunt runs across the cop and never once questions what happened to his car. On that
Yeah.
note, I also like this thing keeps getting more and more destroyed until the Earth itself just decides to consume
I think that's
it.
the giant plant monster that... I think that's the plant monster, Doug. So you're like, fine!
Take it!
No, he didn't say the F-bomb, he just said, fine, take it!
The next turn
Like,
calls
he's
for the
just done.
monsoon, complete with gators.
Oh,
Aw,
dude.
croc blocked. I hate how much I was looking forward to saying that. The next
I
turn,
mean,
into quicksand,
wasn't the
which-
worst pun.
Wouldn't he just sink into the living room? Just put a couch under him. The next turn.
Yeah, I was
results in
gonna say.
spiders, And Alan tells Peter there's an axe in the woodshed, resulting in another pretty good joke.
Yeah. Tries to axe the door down, realizing, oh wait, I have an axe.
Yeah, I know it has him even looking at the camera, but I don't care. It makes me laugh.
Eh, fair enough.
It's me.
Nah, I'm just putting together I was a pointless character. What did I add? Earthquake comes for them in the next turn, and man, for 1995, that's not a bad effect. And just
Yeah, that's
as
pretty
Alan is
solid.
Cornered, he finishes the game.
Yeah, this whole
Did
moment.
you eat at Neverland too? He says Jumanji and everything.
Yeah,
is
this
back
part
in
was
the
actually
game,
kinda
including
cool.
The past hour and a half.
Like, the part where, like, Van Pelt is talking about how he's finally able to kill him, and you see the dice roll down like all the debris, and he gets the right roll to get in, and then the last words, Jumanji, to end the game. It was pretty cool of a moment. Also, it was nice to see that, I actually forgot her name already. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Again, it's been a long time, but she jumped in to protect him when he shot the bullet, even though the bullet stopped when the game ended.
How it didn't happen.
I'm so glad you're back.
I forgot my hunter's uniform. Get back to running.
You don't have to go to Cliffside if you don't want to.
He makes up with his father, and everything is set right.
Right.
It wasn't Carl Bentley's fault.
Yeah, he also tells the truth about the shoe thing.
Well, I'm still gonna fire him because it's the 60s, and I can get away with that. No punishment for you, son.
Oh, come on.
They bury the game, and we cut to years later, where they, of course, bump into Judy and Peter with their parents still alive.
Yeah. Oh, this part's pretty good.
Skiing holiday up in the Canadian Rockies.
Wait for it. No!
Outro was skiing up there, and things get messy.
Right, because they told the truth about where their parents died. So they stopped that. That's a nice, kind of funny moment.
And that was Jumanji. It's a perfectly fine hotel movie. Like, you ever go traveling on a trip where you're gonna do a bunch of stuff, and then you get back to the hotel, you flip through the channels, and just find something mindless? It's one of those flicks.
Yeah, it's a
not
fun,
really worth
mindless
seeking
film.
out, but if on, it's worth glancing at here and there. It doesn't do any more than what's expected of it, so that doesn't make it good.
Freaking monkeys.
It doesn't really make it bad either. Because it's a clever idea with a good cast that's competently done, that does at least make the film memorable. I mean, everyone
That's
does
fair enough.
know what this film is, even if they can't always remember specific lines or details. So yeah, not really worth going out your way for, but if you're on your way to something fun and want something a little less fun, but not bad either, to compare to the fun thing you're about to go on, very specific.
Really trying, aren't you?
Then Jumanji is your venture. I'm the nostalgia
Alright,
critic.
fair enough on that one.
Hey, next month is March. You know what that means?
I actually don't.
Superman month!
I could care less. I don't really care much about
Find a
Superman.
healthier place
Sorry,
to
not
be.
sorry. Oh, so that's why the roof is broken, Doug.
Monkeys.
Yeah, monkeys.
This month for kids.
Well, I certainly see his point in the endeavor about it. I mean, again, I still think the film is pretty good. Again, he has a right to his opinion and whatnot. I personally disagree a little, but maybe it's just because I grew up with it. It's probably a nostalgia factor. I mean, hence the point. But, I don't know, I still really liked it a lot. I actually did decently like Zathura as well. Honestly, I think, yeah, it's one of those more so mindless films that you could just watch just because. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. I sure like this. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Nostalgia Critic and Channel Awesome. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!